Hello, I'm April Frelke, and it's my pleasure to bring you the best of hometown life every week. Coming up later in the program, Craig is back with a Fitness Freaks workout challenge, and I have a special encouraging thoughts on communication, and Craig's going to help me out with that discussion. Our first guest is the local owner of the driving school Auto Academy. Please welcome to the program, Mitchell Koel. Mitchell, it's great to have you with us. Thanks for joining us.
Appreciate it.
Now, I know driving is serious. It's a serious business. But let's start off with, do you have a story or an incident of, not silly or kind of like, this happened while I was without saying anybody's names?
Yeah, so personally, with me as an instructor, I had one instance of a cow in the middle of the road.
Really?
Which was kind of interesting.
Okay.
Yep. We've had a dog run out, stuff like that, but not a cow. So that's kind of interesting. But as a student, when I was in driver's ed, we were on the interstate, and the instructor just told us, like, hey, watch out for when semis pass here, you're passing a semi, that tire might blow out. And not 5 minutes later, a tire blew out and went all over the driver's ed car.
I'm like, what? Oh,
Yep.
My gosh.
Yep.
That wow,
It was pretty weird.
synchronicity.
Yeah. Luckily,
Yes.
I was in the back seat. So
you weren't driving at the time.
I wasn't driving, but
Yeah.
it was kind of scary. It was loud.
Wow.
Yeah.
The only thing I remember from my driving experience was like the sun. Like I was driving into the sun, and I like was, and I don't know if we were allowed to wear sunglasses or not, but I just could not see the road. I just remember that specifically.
Yeah, I have some students that are too short to get the visor help.
Sure. Yeah. That's.
So.
I mean, it's not. It's like. It's really. It's tough stuff. Cow on the road. Well, that's interesting.
It was, yeah.
Did you guys drive around it? Did you have to?
We waited for a minute.
It got out of the way.
Walked all the way.
Well, on that note, what inspired you, or how did you get involved with your company, and how long have you been with Auto Academy?
Yeah, so I started Auto Academy in 2020 is when I was doing all the paperwork for it. And so 2020 was our first full year. And we started with online only because of the pandemic.
Sure. Okay.
And then we've gone to a hybrid program as well. So we have online and hybrid now. And it's been doing well.
Okay, and what separates you from your competition or your competitors in our local area? Because you're out of Toma, your Auto Academy's out of Toma.
Yep. So I'd like to do things a little bit more different. I have this folder here, so this is when you sign up, we actually meet in person. And when we meet in person, we have this folder we go through.
You're kind of have you're meeting together one-on-one.
Yep, one-on-one. So the parent, student, and myself, we meet.
That really, okay.
So we have, because if you're a full online student, the first time we'd meet is actually behind the wheel, which is not.
But you want a pre-meet.
We want a pre-meet before we're driving with that student. So we fill out all this paperwork, and there's stuff in here. I try to explain how everything works. And then I have community partners here that either donate most of the stuff for me, so like Quick Trip and Rooted Jensen and State Farm and Larkin's GMC. So that's their side. And then we have these student driver decals for parents to use if they want to.
Oh, sure, like their first year, because you can drive when you are still have your driver permit, not your official license yet.
Yes. So you can get your permit at 15 now.
Okay, so that must have changed in Wisconsin.
Yeah, in July last year. So now instead of 15 and a half, you can get your permit at 15, which then allows you to have that 12 months of driving with all the seasons instead of just 6 months.
Now, you mentioned hybrid, a program, and that kind of separates you from your competitors
yes,
as well.
So I'm the only one that offers that locally here. So the hybrid is actually a really cool program. So it's only 4 nights, and we actually have it at Toma High School here in town. So you have to only schedule 4 nights instead of like 15 nights because it's 30 hours total. So with the online, you have the 30 hours just online. With the hybrid, you have 8 hours in person, so 4 nights, 2 hours at night, and then you have 22 hours online. And we cover the more important topics, like distracted driving and what causes car crashes, what's the difference between a car crash and a car accident, texting and driving. So
that's some of the in-person communication that really. It sounds like it has to makes a better impact when you can sit and talk with your students about that.
Yeah, I think it's the more important topics that could cause accidents or we just want to practice safe driving behavior. So.
Okay, so that hybrid program then really sets you apart. Do you notice that really makes a difference then for kids that are in high school sports or still doing things after school?
Yeah, it actually helps a lot with scheduling, just because now you don't have to meet 15 different nights or during the day on the weekends, because you can only do 2 hours a day. So having only 4 nights to find time to do it, it helps out a lot.
Sure. And look, when you are talking about enrollment, so then how does someone enroll in your program? How do they get started?
Pretty easy. You can call the phone number, 608-374-0095. Otherwise, head to our website, autoacademywi.com, and there's an enrollment tab there where you just fill out your information and the parents' information, and that will send an email to me, and then I'll reach out and we'll schedule that meet time. It only takes like 15-20 minutes.
And what age do you have to be to officially enroll?
So for the classroom portion is 14 and a half. So as long as you're 14 and a half, that's the new rule from July, you can start the online or the hybrid, and then 15 to start driving. So if you're doing the classroom, you start at 14 and a half, or any age above 14 and a half.
So you really can get that in before the driving instead of having it all packed into one.
Yes.
Okay. And some tips for our viewers, or what makes a good driver? Time
is huge. The more you do something, anything, the more you're better at it. The other thing is too, distracted driving is the worst. So put the phone down, put it in the glove box, whatever you gotta do.
I bet that has been a real uptick since cell phones are so much more prevalent with our youth.
Oh yes, it's a lot. It's a cause of a lot of accidents. So put the phone down, pay attention to what you're doing. That's key number one.
So I suppose that is most important. And I know from your past experience, you've been a volunteer firefighter.
Yes.
Is that true? And is that in Oakdale?
Yep, Oakdale Fire, yep.
Okay. And how has that impacted your role as an instructor with your Auto Academy company?
It makes, when I see something, like if we show up to something, I see something how it happened, now I can teach about that and so hey, I have firsthand experience, this is what happened because of this, let's try to do this differently.
You saw that you are now experiencing the beginning and the ending of driving.
Yes.
Successfully and kind of unsuccessful driving with the accident.
And I hope everyone's successful. That's my goal.
Excellent. Well, thank you for joining us.
Yeah,
great to have you. Well, catering for cast and crew has been provided by Strike Zone and Pizzone's in Tomah. Great food with fun for the whole family. Encouraging Thoughts is next, but first, we want to thank our sponsors.
Hometown Life has been brought to you by Lynx Networks, Olson Chiropractic in Tomah, Moulters Fresh Market, Jeff Holthaus with State Farm Insurance, Oakdale Credit Union.
It's been a long day.
Mom, what's for dinner? Yeah, I'm hungry.
I really don't feel like cooking, so...
Croissants!
The best pizza? Look at that crust and cheese. Amazing burgers and steaks, just the way I like it. Food the whole family loves. That's our specialty. And don't forget, 12 lanes of bowling fun and a huge game room. Rain or shine, always a great time. Strike Zone and Pizzone's in Tomah.
The Oakdale Credit Union has spent decades serving Oakdale, Mauston, and Reedsburg. From comprehensive financial services to reliable mortgage loans, we strive to provide unparalleled care.
I like the warm and friendly atmosphere each and every time I come in. The staff is very knowledgeable and truly cares about its members.
Come and learn more about the Oakdale Credit Union, where we treat you like a member of the family.
Moulters family-owned store brings you fresh. Feel healthy with a wide selection of organic foods, gluten-free products, certified Black Angus beef, and handmade brats. Moulters has a great selection of meats, so choosing can be tough. Just ask our butcher to help you make the perfect selection. Moulters brings you fresh-packed deli meals for those on the go. And of course, our fresh market. Download our mobile app and start saving money today. Moulters brings you fresh.
Owning a small business is kind of a big deal. State Farm agents can help you find the right insurance coverage at the right price.
Call State Farm agent Jeff Holthaus in Tomah today.
We love being active and living life to the fullest, but life can sometimes have other plans. Do you suffer from neck and lower back pain, muscle aches, and poor mobility? Trust Olson Chiropractic to find you the right treatments that fit your needs, including the benefits of an alkaline lifestyle and healthy nutrition to help guide you to a better, more active life. Call Olson Chiropractic today, trusted in Toma for over 20 years.
All right, get set for the story of my life.
Fiction or non-fiction?
Get a move on, girls. Train's waiting.
You're right. Absolutely right.
Which view would you prefer?
The one you're blocking.
It only took brains, courage, and a gun, and I had the gun.
John, if it's worth dying for, it's worth living for.
Welcome to Encouraging Thoughts. This episode, we are talking about communication. And Craig, February, Valentine's Day is coming up around the corner.
It's that time.
Communication's very vital in relationships, especially your romantic ones, right?
If you want to enjoy your Valentine's Day, it's important.
To have good communication,
very important, right. Yes.
Well, I just finished a big communication unit with my students at school with my guidance classes. And so we're going to talk about iMessages and open-ended questions and maybe paraphrasing. That's a lot.
That's a lot, yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean when I say iMessages? What does that?
Is that when you like send a message with your iPad or your iPhone?
No.
Or no?
It's actually using the I as you, the person.
That's me.
Yes,
so.
I. So typically people use a lot of you messages and they say things like, you never call me, you don't pick up your weights, Craig, you're late, you're like a lot of you stuff, and it puts people on a defensive.
Yeah, right away it's like you're accusing me of doing something, and
so
I get defensive.
That usually starts what I call an argument. I tell the kids fighting is physical, arguing is verbal. So an I message starts with I feel, or I think, or I notice, and you finish your sentence. Like, I feel excited when I come and work out and get a good workout at the fitness center.
Yeah, so you're referring to yourself.
Yes.
And you're enjoying, you get excited. So.
Yeah, and it really opens up like a more in-depth connection with the person you're talking to. Mm-hmm. So an example, so if I'm a parent, I might say to my child, oh, I noticed you spent an hour working on your homework. Nice job. So that you're really giving them a specific, the I message creates, you are responsible for the message you're delivering, because communication is a sender and a receiver.
And like you were referring to before, if you said you spent an hour doing your homework, I could think, did I take too long, or was it not good enough?
Yeah.
Or so I would feel like threatened.
Yeah, in our culture, typically we say things like, you did this, you don't do this, you never, and we throw in those other terms, and someone was like, well, wait, I sometimes do things, so then people get even more defensive.
Yeah, so these are some great tips.
Yeah, so
with that special day coming up.
iMessages are really important, especially with people that you're close to, even in your family. Like, because people assume someone's going to do the dishes or clean up their mess, or you could say, I feel frustrated when I walk in and the mess is still here, versus you never clean up your mess. So then you, the person, is like owning the situation and adding a little feeling, but then acknowledging that's something you need to take care of.
Right, because communication is so important. So if I practice iMessages at home, I think my family would be shocked. They'd be wondering, what's up with you? And
you can use them. You can use them when you feel good about something and noticing. You can feel them when you're frustrated or upset. But own it so you're not blaming the person for what you feel and what you're dealing with.
So like you said, we take that for granted, especially if we're with someone for a long period of time and we just have those types of conversations. So we look past, how we address things and how, we just grow accustomed to saying it a certain way. So
you just, and you get into a rut and then you're not acknowledging each other. So it helps have some growth in that relationship.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, our next one is open-ended questions. So open-ended questions are, do you know what they are? You should, because you're...
Open-ended questions would be...
It's like a test.
You would ask me specific things, so rather than me saying yes or no to answer the question, I would have to give you specifics as to why I feel that way.
Like I might say to you, Craig, what's your favorite part of working out?
See, and I couldn't answer that yes or no. I would have to say my favorite part of working out is the people around me, you know, because they're a great group of people, and I enjoy being with them and spending the time.
And a closed-ended, where I don't get enough information, is, do you like to work out?
And then I could say yes.
Yeah.
I say yes.
Right. So open-ended questions are usually how, why, what, where, when, you know, that are going to really engage in more detail with your person.
And you get far more information than me just saying yes. And,
and then that extra information is that connection with that person. That your relationships, your family, your coworkers, you know, it just builds the human connection. And with COVID and so much social distancing and isolation, we're not used to those connections, and we need to kind of reconnect.
And it's not taxing on you that's asking the question. So you could use this at home too, like with your kids or whoever, because it would require them to answer it.
Yeah, it's some people say, "How was your day?" and kids are fine. You can ask them another follow-up because that's a one word, but you can say, "Well, what did you like about your day? What happened during your day?"
And that would make them think twice, you know, because most of them don't think, you know, the good things and bad things that happen in their day. So yeah, these are some great tips.
Yeah, so we're going to say iMessages, ask open-ended question, and real quickly the paraphrasing is kind of like a mirror, so you repeat back what you've heard the person say. So if I asked you, what's your favorite thing to do? What's your favorite part of your workout?
And then if I answered it, the people around me and sharing time with them.
Then I would reflect that back and go, oh, you really like the people you work with.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's conversation.
And I might ask, what's your favorite outdoor sport?
And I would say, well, we just went snowshoeing, so I would say snowshoeing. I love snowshoeing. And so it kind of feeds the conversation where there isn't as much effort put into it.
And then I'd say, wow, you really love snowshoeing.
Yeah, it's a great time. You're out in the snow. We go at night. You look at the stars. You see the moon, and look, we're conversing.
Yeah, it's a conversation.
Awesome.
We're connecting.
We're connecting. Yes.
All right. Well, Fitness Freaks is next.
Hometown Life has been brought to you by Torkelson Funeral Home, Hardware Hank in New Lisbon, The Fun Company Game Room Store, The Little Cottage Home Decor, and more.
Owning a small business is kind of a big deal. State Farm agents can help you find the right insurance coverage at the right price.
Call State Farm agent Jeff Holthouse in Toma today.
Toma Health is dedicated to compassionate, quality care for our community.
To me, quality care means always going the extra mile. At Toma Health, we do the little things to make a big difference.
Our staff is taking extra precautions, like offering video visits, virus screening, social distancing, and rigorous disinfecting protocols. Due to extraordinary numbers of patients, please expect extra wait times. We appreciate your understanding and apologize for delays.
Toma Health, together in care.
What's the more in the Little Cottage Home Decor and more? Fashion. Shopping is fun at the Little Cottage. Update your look and discover more at the Little Cottage Home Decor and more, New Lisbon. This hot tub is so relaxing. The stress of the week just melts away.
Hanging out with friends is fun.
And we have so many reasons to get together.
My Traeger grill is the difference between a good
and an amazing barbecue.
The Fun Company Game Room Store
is where the fun begins.
It's been a long day.
Mom, what's for dinner? Yeah, I'm hungry.
I really don't feel like cooking, so...
Croissants!
The best pizza? Look at that crust and cheese. Amazing burgers and steaks. Just the way I like it. Food the whole family loves. That's our specialty. And don't forget, 12 lanes of bowling fun and a huge game room. Rain or shine, always a great time. Strike Zone and Pizzone's in Toma.
Half the people in the world are women. Why does it have to be you that stirs me?
If it's worth dying for, it's worth living for.
I think you're hiding something from me.
I'm at my wit's end.
Yeah, I passed there an hour ago.
I got that bird jacket. But ain't as tough as a day. That is a flamingo.
I'm sure modern civilized methods of homicide are much more efficient.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Daddy! Oh, Daddy!
So we're back on the show with our second Fitness Freak episode, and I brought quite a few freaks here. Speaking of freaks, this is a true story. Not to get off task, I got my note cards for that. But true story is the other day I was working, or we were talking with we were talking with a member of the gym, and I referred to her as a freak, and she kind of looked at me and said, kind of looked at me in a certain way, but then she thought about it for a while and she said, I am a fitness freak. So fitness freak meaning that you're obsessed with fitness and you love fitness and you love being around people. And that's what all you guys do, and that's what all you guys provide, and it's awesome. This is probably what I'm the most proud about with the program, is the people that I get to work with and that work with other people and share, everything that it's all about. So last time we were on the show, we talked about joining a gym and becoming a new member, and it was at the beginning of January. So some people still haven't done that, or some people still struggle with that. So I just want to have some casual conversation with the group here as the pros and cons that they had prior to joining the gym. What were they the most fearful of? What most excited them? So just get some feedback from these guys. Shar, do you remember when you first signed up for the gym?
Yes.
So what was the thing you were the most afraid of in signing up for a gym?
When I first started, I was most afraid of judgment, I guess, from not knowing how to use certain machines, but then I got over that, I guess, and you realize that people aren't really paying attention to you, and you're just there to do your own thing and get stronger, so.
Exactly. So the rest of you, if you see someone new in the gym, do you judge them? Do you look at them and you say, boy, Shar, your form is all messed up. What the heck are you thinking? Do you say anything like that? Do you have that in your mind? So it doesn't happen. We're there just like you. We want to get a heck of a good workout, right? We want to socialize. We want to relieve the stress from the day. So it's really like what you're doing, people really don't pay that much attention to you. They're just glad that you're there and you're part of it. How about Marissa? What do you got? What's the positives that you thought about?
I think the community for sure. When you don't feel like working out or you don't feel like maybe going to the gym that day, just having a buddy or a group of people that's counting on you to be there and have a good time while you're working out has been a really big
accountability. That's big, and that's what I also love. One of the many things that I love about you guys is we'll be doing the workouts in the class, and they'll be cheering the person on. They'll be telling them you're doing awesome. We'll be high-fiving, and you get that feel, when you work out with people, because you're all going there getting your butt kicked just like everybody else, and it's just fun. It's a good time. It's something that you bond with, and you need that. So Carissa, what keeps you coming back to the gym?
Because you don't leave me alone.
All right. In what way? Meaning that if you don't come back,
you do hold everyone accountable. It's not just one specific person, which is pretty nice, and everyone's encouraging. So I think that keeps me coming back. It's more welcoming. It's not a chore to work out anymore. It's more enjoyment, and then I get to see Kaylee, who I didn't get to see all the time, or Katie, or new people that I don't necessarily would meet throughout the community, I guess.
Awesome. So yeah, the accountability is big there too. We did have two members. One didn't show up, and they sent a message to the other one asking them where they were at, and that's a good communication tool through social media, because then everybody is involved in that conversation, and we get that a lot when we tag people with our posts and stuff like that. You get a lot of extra comments in there, and that's how we network, how we communicate, and that's how we feel like we're part of something. So it's awesome stuff. So now we're talking about, you talked about knowledge, like Shire talked about knowledge, success, people around you. So how do you feel? Do you feel like with the gym that you're gaining knowledge and strength? And Angelica, how about you? Definitely?
I feel like I'm growing stronger with every workout and learning, trying new exercises that back at home I probably wouldn't have tried.
So, Katie, how do you feel? How do you feel about the group?
I think that they're awesome, super empowering, so it's awesome just to have that whole community behind you. And I've definitely noticed on days that I have a bad day at work and I come and work out, you're like a different person. It's a total reset.
So yeah, retention's big. The knowledge impact is there because, like, ultimately what we want to do is we want to teach people how to use the gym. You're paying for a membership. We should teach you how to use it. We should teach you the workouts and provide you with a positive environment to learn and grow in. And I think you guys are a big part of that, believe it or not. It's not so much me. I just run a timer and tell you if there's 3 seconds left or 10 seconds left. You guys are the ones that are out there getting killed and having a great time. So ultimately, that's what we want to do. The main thing we want to do is teach you how to use the gym and work towards our retention so you keep coming back, because we do love seeing you. And you are kind of an intricate part of the gym, because if no one was there, people wouldn't come to it. So we're going to talk a little bit about self-efficacy, just the belief that you can do it. It's based on like previous performances, observing others, positive feedback, and just energizing workouts, and just having that whole affective domain of how you can relieve stress and wash the day out with a 30-second or 30-minute workout. So how is Matt? Because you're big on this too. So since you started coming to the gym and been doing the workouts and been doing your workouts with the gym, how have your past performance changed?
It just started from working out at home to coming to the gym, and then you inviting me into your room one day, and then I just kept on doing it, didn't stop, and now I feel like I can compete with just about anybody, and that's a good feeling.
And you can, like, Matt's a rock star, and he's come a long way, and he's one of the biggest advocates that I have. He does a great job. So how do you, you're awesome. Kaylee, how are you? So how is your emotional status after a workout? If you come and you're all stressed out from the day, and you come in there and you do a workout, it doesn't necessarily have to be our workout, it can be any workout. How does that impact you?
Yeah, same like what Katie said, is you have a bad day at work and just make yourself go to the gym, and just mentally you feel so much better afterwards.
It's big. Like, if I can just get 15 minutes in the gym, I always compare it to a Sunday church moment, but you come in there, you get your 15 minutes, and you feel great for the rest of the day. And actually, Gregory, how are you? Like, after you get that workout, say you run into the workout, you're tired, I don't want to go to the gym today, I'm too tired, and then you do the workout. How do you feel? Do you feel even more tired after the workout? Do you feel energized?
I mean, I feel tired, but I feel good after the next day I wake up. I notice, like, the next day I wake up, I feel a lot better than I went to the gym the day before. Yeah. So it keeps me going. Keeps you going.
Gregory's awesome too. All these guys are awesome. And that's what we want to provide. Like, our goal, or my goal, or these guys' goal is just to help encourage a community of wellness. We want to get people to the gym. So if you haven't come to the gym yet and you're still heen and hawing about it, come down to the Fitness Connection. We'll give you a free week pass. I'll give you a free week of classes, and just try it out. I mean, these guys are incredibly accepting. They don't judge, and they'll help teach you and help you learn what to do. And worst case scenario, you learn for a week and you go home and you take that at home with what you do. So step on down.
Craig, nice job.
Hey, great job, April.
I know, before we end up, does anyone have something about Craig that you really like?
I thought,
as an instructor,
we weren't going to talk about Craig.
I like that he's super energetic, and after each round of the exercises, he gives every single person a high five and is pumping you up.
Great job, high fives.
Good motivator. It sounds like he's a great motivator. And I really liked what Katie said too about it resets you. It is such a health, it contributes to your health. Amazing. Yeah. Craig.
All right. Great job.
What time are you? Is it okay? Well, I was going to ask some details, but I guess I can't get into that. Well, that's our show for this week. We want to thank you for watching your hometown news, and we're connecting you to the community.